Minister, welcome. Last week, Whitecap Dakota Nation recommended 2 amendments to Bill S2 at our Indigenous Peoples Committee meeting. One is an interim solution to the second generation cutoff, which is threatening the survival of many First Nations and excluding individuals from their communities. Whitecap proposes to allow First Nations to convey irrevocable 6-2 status on their own authority to an individual with at least one 6-2 parent and a connection to the community. This workable solution would respect the principles of self-determination, heritage connection to status, and community connection. It also has an opt-in model, since the First Nations would have to choose to exercise their own authority to confer status. Would you please consider this interim amendment as a solution with immediacy to address urgent harms, and would you like to make any comments?
Madame la Ministre.
Thank you. The need to consult First Nations on second gen is critical because much like Chief Bear and Whitecap feel like that could be a solution for them, that could potentially not be a solution for many other groups. And that can cause, I had a term shared with me, consequences that were not foreseen as part of a decision. I'll remember the term the minute I leave, but consequences of a decision are highly impactful for some nations. For me, the scope of that consultation will allow for communities to determine what their solution is. It is complex. It is not a one-size-fits-all. We have to meet communities in letting them identify what their solution is. We cannot determine a single process and try to apply. We also, once again, as a minister, cannot bypass the consultation process. I'm required to do that. I'm not only required to do that, as an Indigenous person, I have held government to task to respect it, to respect FPIC and UNDRIP. I continue to maintain that position as a minister.
Senator Klyne.
Minister, the second amendment raised by Whitecap concerns the transfer of treaty benefits. Currently, when a person from a numbered treaty nation transfers to a non-numbered treaty nation, such as a Dakota nation, they lose their treaty benefits. However, nowhere in the treaties does it state that marriage or transfer extinguishes these rightful benefits, which are essentially an inheritance. Would you please consider amendment to clarify that such benefits should not be lost because of transfer, and instead see the inherent rights that lay within our treaties as an answer?
Madame la Ministre.
Thank you. The relationship with the Crown falls within the scope of the work of my colleague, Minister Oyate. I have a lot of respect and I've really welcomed the working relationship that we have. We both feel that when you are going to make those adjustments, they should be driven from the community. The consultations on second generation, that is part of the work that we're doing to address status. There's a component of her work that needs to align with this. I believe that taking the time to be sure that alignment is reflective of what community is asking us to do is the pathway that we have to follow. And it is for that reason, once again, reaffirming the importance of the consultation process with rights holders.